We're owned by three families, the Ulakey family, the Burney family, and the Captel, and they still own the park today.
Very good. And the beginnings of the park, do you have anything more on details on that?
We started as a trolley park. Canobie was at the end of the trolley line and would encourage people to spend the nickel to come on Sundays out to these little pleasure resorts that were popped up around the country. We are a family-owned facility that caters to families. We have been since 1958, where three partners decided to purchase the property, and each of them had their own different backgrounds in amusement parks, in ride manufacturing, in concessionaires and other properties. Decided to come together, purchase the park, and those three founders, their families still operate the park today. This fountain actually is one of the original pieces in the park, you know, back in the early 1900s.
Okay. Here's an additional historical note about Canobie Lake Park. When the trolley company went bankrupt in 1929, they ended up selling Canobie at an auction. Patrick Holland of Lawrence, Mass. Bought it. Holland built the park's new entrance and parking lot and added more attractions. The park was then sold in 1958 to its present owners. Now, could you explain a little bit about the carousel and its history?
This is the oldest ride in the park, built in 1903. The sound system is a Wurlitzer sound system built in 1922, and that's all original. And one of the few carousels in the world that still operates off of a rubber tire and has an original Wurlitzer organ in it. Notes of interest about the carousel was brought to Canobie in 1906. In 1986, the carousel's wooden characters were rebuilt, hand-carved by master craftsmen. Tell us a little bit more about this ride. This is the Yankee Cannonball roller coaster. This coaster was built in 1930 for a park in Woodbury, Connecticut, Lakeview Park, and then was actually removed from that park and brought to Canobie in 1936. It was originally called the Greyhound and now is renamed the Yankee Cannonball. We're lucky and fortunate to have the Yankee Cannonball still operating, and we've done a lot to maintain that and to make sure that it will run for a very long time.
What's the name of this ride? Actually, it's one of my favorites.
This is the Policy Pond Log Flume. Policy Pond was the original name of Canobie Lake, the lake itself, before it was renamed to Canobie.
Next, we meet with Salem resident and longtime fan of Canobie Lake Park, Stephanie Micklon, who talked about her frequent visits to Canobie's ballroom.
Canobie Lake used to have, in fact, I went to my senior prom at the ballroom in Canobie. But we used to have Friday night record hops with Dave Maynard and WBZ. And we had all the big stars. And, you know, we were really lucky because here we were in what then was Little Salem. Yeah. And we had people like the Beach Boys. And that's my Beach Boy album, all autographed.
Oh, yeah.
My son said, you know what that's worth on eBay? And I said, too bad.
Yeah. I asked, do you still have a phonograph player?
Actually, I don't. I don't.
It's a good piece to keep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and then I have my Sonny and Cher album that's autographed. And we get to meet all these people.
Tell me a couple of stories about those.
I actually brought you a jersey. My girlfriend and I used to go every Friday. I can't wash it because all the stars would sign the back of it.
Wow.
And so we have everything from Sonny and Cher to Jerry Lee Lewis and Brenda Lee. And these are the type of people that came. And a few years ago, Wayne Ulakey, who's in charge of Canobie Lake Park, the Ulakey family, was trying to find if anyone had pictures of the record hops, because nobody, I couldn't believe it, no one had pictures.
Yeah.
But me.
Wow, right.
So I have a whole bunch of wonderful pictures of like Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, gee.
And we got to, you know, as I said, my father was a police officer, and we always got backstage, and so we got to meet all these people, and the Beach Boys in concert, and the Kingsmen, Louie, do you remember that one? Yeah, here's Sonny and Cher, and she still looks pretty good, too.
Yeah,
She looks pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So we have all the different stars that we met, and we were just so lucky, and didn't even realize how fortunate we are. I mean, we spent the day with Brenda Lee. We'd gone backstage to meet her, and she said, I'm doing another show tonight. What are you guys doing? And we said, well, just going around the park. She says, oh, you want to stay and have lunch? And we stayed and had lunch and played Yahtzee and helped her get ready for her next show. And so we were really fortunate, you know. It was
Now,
a lot of fun.
They don't have groups like that
No,
around here anymore.
no, they can't, because one thing, the ballroom is so far in the park, just trying to control the crowds to get into the park and go through the park to get to it.
And now, as we alluded to earlier, we visit Canobie's Dance Hall Theater, where Salem High School Jazz Ensemble brought us back to the days of the big band sound era. And your name is?
Helen Ackerman.
Helen, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
And of course, we had the jazz ensemble from Salem High School here today at the Dance Hall Theater. Have you got a history on the Dance Hall Theater here at all?
Not the theater, but when this was the ballroom years ago, I used to be up here with Glenn Miller and all them.
Oh,
Harry
really?
James.
Really?
Oh, yes.
What did you think of Salem High School tonight?
I thought they were wonderful.
Now, where did you work? At Canobie Lake Park?
Yeah, at the Funhouse.
Oh,
I don't think they have it here anymore.
oh that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I used to be cashier at the Funhouse.
Well, you must have had some experiences there. There must have been something funny on that time.
Well, not too much, because you're in a little booth.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you just had, collect the money as they go in.
And may I ask how old you were at the time?
I 16.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. You had to be 16 to get a job here.
Was
I
it?
don't know how it is now.
Yeah. Was it different? It must have been a different atmosphere.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it was. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Well,
Yeah.
working at the fun house, I would imagine so. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
All right. Have a good day. And your name is?
Dick Cartier.
Do you have any experience? Have you been at the Dance Hall Theater before, or do you have any memories of it?
Well, what a story I get to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah. 50 years ago last month,
Yeah.
in this hall, I asked my wife to marry me. We've been married 48 years. She's home doing flowers right now. She just hated to change up, and I said, I gotta go with this, so I'm here. So I took my camera. I said, I'll show you what I saw on camera.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great. That's
but
great.
It was a Hello Charlie dance, Western Electric.
Okay.
Used to have these Hello dance
yes.
in May. In fact, she remembers it was May 25th, 1957. So-
And what's her name? Or what was her name?
Millie Chirenza Cartier.
Oh, very good. Very good.
We have 6 sons, 13 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandsons.
So you have been here when they used to do big band sound.
Absolutely, that's why I came back.
Okay.
It's very, very sentimental.
Any special?
Maybe cry a little bit.
Oh, yeah. How did the Salem High School band do today?
Outstanding. Yeah.
Excellent.
We'll be back. I'll be back. This time I'll drag my wife. Flowers
Okay.
and all. She's coming. Yeah.
Very good. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, folks. Thank you for joining us here. Hey, you're very popular. The Eagle Tribune wants to talk to you and everything. What's your names?
Vincent Swanson is my name.
Lorraine Whitley.
Okay. Now, you're both from Salem?
Yes, we
Okay. And you have any memories of Canobie Lake Park and especially the Dance Hall Theater
Oh, yeah.
or whatever they called it at that
are.
time?
I came here during 1942 after graduation.
Oh, wow. Really? Yeah.
Yeah, and it was wonderful, wonderful place. You couldn't dance though.
Yeah. Oh, is that
it
right?
it was that crowded.
Really? Really? Do you remember some of the bands?
They had a picture of it in the paper.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got to get a hold of that.
Yeah, find that.
Were there any bands in particular that you like to visit here for?
Oh, any of the big bands,
Any
Glenn
of the big
Miller,
bands were
Kay
here, yeah.
Kaiser, Tommy Dorsey, Jimmy Dorsey.
And they all played here.
Yes,
Yeah?
yeah.